Good afternoon, folks. We got kind of a special destination today. Lucy, the Super Chief here, has been invited out to lunch by a 1942 Taylorcraft Grasshopper. A friend of the channel reached out to me via email, and he's based out of Clarksburg down in the valley, and he's got a Taylorcraft. So we're gonna fly down there and meet up with him and then maybe go somewhere for lunch. So it should be fun. I'm gonna get Lucy out of the hangar, get her ready to go flying. In the meantime, I'm gonna send you guys inside and you can see where we're going.
Chief is rolling.
Here. It's a nice little grass runway right on the banks of the Sacramento River. I think it's about 21 or 2,200 feet long. And sometimes they have a crosswind runway cut in to the field here. So if that's available, we might be landed on that. The crosswind runway is pretty short. I think John told me it was 900 feet. But if the winds are blowing pretty strong, then we'll want to use that crosswind runway. Where it really starts to get interesting is when you look at the chart, though, because coming down from Nevada County, if I fly direct, I'm going to go right through some pretty congested airspace. We've got McClellan here with CAL FIRE and their C-130s, and Reach flies their helicopters out of there, I believe. And then you got Mather over here, and there's big jets flying in and out of Mather on the big runway, and then there's a lot of times there'll be small guys on the small runway working the pattern. So we're going to want to kind of weave our way right between these two, and we want to make sure we don't break into Mather's airspace without talking to them. And then once we kind of get between these two, then we're blasting right into Executive. And I don't think the Executive Tower is going to be open today, but if they are, we'll talk to them, and then they'll kind of tell us how to get through their airspace. If the tower is closed, then we're going to be basically talking to whoever's flying there at Executive, and we'll figure out how to get through there without, running into anybody. We may even, if they're flying left traffic on 20, we may even adjust our course and just come around the northwest of Executive, and that way kind of stay out of everybody's way. Then once we get down to Clarksburg, we'll get down low and kind of below any traffic coming into Executive. And then one other thing we want to consider when we're flying down here in the valley is these big towers. Look at these things. 2,000 foot tall towers right down here. We don't want to get tangled up in one of those. All right, let's get back in the air.
Nevada County traffic, Super Chief 36587, departing runway 25 to the south. Here we go. Tails up. Here we go. Oh, we're flying. Oh yeah, it's a little bluster out here, but not too bad. Uh-oh. Looks like CAL FIRE might be blasting up behind me. Come on, Chief, let's get out of the way. Max speed. Trimmer out. Alright, we got the old Chief chugging along here. We are coming out of the foothills and we're about ready to head into the craziness. It doesn't look like there's too much action at McClellan right now. But there's some planes flying around down by there by Executive, so I'm gonna have to put my phone away and pay attention to what I'm doing here. Got Folsom Lake over there. And somewhere off over there in the haze is McClellan. Not a bad day to go flying, but it is a little bit hazy out here. Alright, there's Clarksburg right over there. Nice little runway. We got the crosswind runway there. We made it through past Executive without scaring anybody. I'm going to fly over, check out the windsock, and then we're going to land and see what we can find. Oh, there's the windsock. Really not blowing that much, so I put it in on the regular runway.
All right, we made it to Clarksburg. I met John and his Taylorcraft. The plane actually came from, and it's years ago, it came from Grass Valley. I think it was owned by the Gileads for a while, and they kind of fixed it up. So Clarksburg's a pretty nice little spot here. Nice grass runway. The Chief's happy on the grass. We're gonna load up and head over and try and find some Chinese food down the river.
All right, we're taxiing out in pursuit of the Taylorcraft. There she is. She really is a beautiful bird. There he goes. He's airborne.
Vineyard.
Oh, okay.
Where those white tanks are.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's not a bad looking plane over there. Alright, we found our spot over here. He's circling around. Landing over the river. Once he's on the ground, I'm going to do one more circle and come in after him.
There's some wires right under me right now, so be careful on those.
Yeah, I see him down there. Oh, looking good. Plenty of runway.
All right, we're here looking at the Grasshopper. Check out this airspeed indicator. Oh, good. The old Johnson. It's pretty sensitive.
Oh, hey.
I'm here with John and the old Grasshopper. So what is this thing? It's a 41 or
42.
42.
1942 Grasshopper
And
L2B.
L2B, and it's got the 65 horse.
75.
75.
Yeah,
All right.
Big power.
Big power. Yeah. It's a nice little plane. I think, and it came. It spent some time up in Grass Valley, or was it kind of
It
rebuilt
went
up there?
from Columbia to Grass Valley and then back to Columbia. Now it lives at Clarksburg.
Now it lives in Clarksburg.
Yeah.
It's a sweet plane. Thanks for having me down here.
Yep.
All
Well,
right.
thanks for coming down.
Yeah. All right, the Chief is back on the ground. Had a good time flying with John and the Taylorcraft down there. He's got a nice little field down there at Clarksburg. It's fun landing on the grass. He took me over to Executive after that, and we checked out a project that he's working on, and then I flew home. So that's about all for this one. I'm gonna go drink a beer and watch Juan work the pattern in the Waco.